Thank you. A big day in Fort Smith today. A groundbreaking celebration will be held for the new F-35 training center at Ebbing Air Base.
Yeah, which will be hosted by the 188th, the 33rd Fighter Wing, and the Army Corps. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach joining us now. Claire, the Guard Base has a long history for Fort Smith.
Yes, Joe, it certainly does. Well, the new center will train F-35 pilots and maintainers from the U.S. and allied nations, but the base itself has been serving military missions for more than 70 years. The 188th Wing at Ebbing National Air Base was first established in 1953 as a tactical reconnaissance squadron. Over the decades, the unit evolved through multiple aircraft missions, including fighter jets like the F-16 and A-10, supporting operations in Iraq and Afghanistan. In 2013, the 188th shifted from traditional fighter aircraft to modern missions focused on MQ-9 Reaper drones, intelligence surveillance, and targeting operations. Today, the base plays a key role in national defense, and with the addition of the F-35 Training Center, Fort Smith is preparing to help train the next generation of international fighter pilots. The groundbreaking is at 10 a.m. Channel 5 will be there to give you a live look and complete coverage. Claire Everbach, 5 News.
All right, thank you, Claire. 6:34, the Fayetteville City Council has approved plans to raise water and sewer rates over the next 4 years.
How much your bill will go up depends on how much water your household uses. If you're on the lower side, bills would stay about the same, would rise closer to $50 by 2030. If you're an average household, it would rise up about $15. And if you're on the upper use side, it would go up around $42. The rate hikes will help match growth impacts on infrastructure, plus keep up with costs from purchasing water from the Beaver Water District.
It's our largest operating expense. It's over 50% of our operating costs, and it's at $18 million this year. Beaver Water's rates are increasing roughly 11% per year through 2030, and then about 5% per year after.
The first rate hike is set to go into effect July 1st.
The city also raising developer impact fees, which are put on developers to help fund growth projects. And a search underway this morning for a suspect that Crawford County investigators say shot a man doing yard work. It happened near Alma. The suspect, David Kangas, is believed to be driving a white GMC. Sheriff Daniel Perry says the suspect also believed to be in the Northwest Arkansas area. Now, the victim was taken to the hospital and was believed to be released yesterday. Sheriff also saying the incident is isolated. There is no danger to the public. Well, 9 people were arrested in an undercover child exploitation operation that investigators launched across Northwest Arkansas.
Investigators say the suspects believed they were communicating with a 14-year-old girl before later attempting to meet in person. Investigators say the operation involved several local state and federal agencies, including Arkansas State Police and Homeland Security investigations.
None of our operations go in and solicit offenders. It is offenders who are soliciting potential victims.
Police say no actual children were involved or harmed during the operation, and child advocates also saying parents should pay attention to who their children are communicating with online.
A Benton County 16-year-old has been charged as an adult accused of stabbing his mother. Josu Carranza Reyes now faces attempted capital murder, first-degree domestic battering, and evidence tampering. Court documents say in March he stabbed his mother around a dozen times. Carranza Reyes' bond was set at $1 million.
Well, now to an update on a mass shooting over the weekend at a lake party in Edmond, Oklahoma. Police say an 18-year-old woman has now died from injuries sustained during the shooting. In addition to the woman killed, at least 22 others were injured. No suspects in custody, but police say they don't believe there is an ongoing threat to the public.
President Trump has announced Project Freedom, the campaign to move ships through the Strait of Hormuz, is now on hold. He cited requests from Pakistan and other countries, great progress towards an agreement, and what he called military success in the war with Iran. The president says the blockade remains in full force and effect, but multiple Iranian missile attacks have been reported over the past 2 days. Still, the Pentagon insists the ceasefire is intact.
Well, conversations are continuing after a temporary federal court decision restored access to a widely used abortion pill. Maya Ellison takes a closer look at the developments and their potential impact in Arkansas.
On Monday, the U.S. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals temporarily blocked a lower court ruling that would have sharply limited access to the abortion pill mifepristone, including how it can be prescribed and even mailed. The challenge, filed in Louisiana, argues the FDA made the pill too easy to access, especially for people in states with strict bans like Arkansas.
Mifepristone is a drug that's part of a 2-drug regimen that is commonly used for medication abortion around the country for decades now.
According to the FDA, the pill is safe when used as directed within 70 days of a woman's last cycle. Its label outlines potential risk, something Amber Singleton with Arkansas Right to Life stresses.
Within the first 45 days, 11% end up in an emergent situation, and they either have an infection or they have bleeding that is uncontrolled, or they can even have some sepsis.
Abortion remains almost entirely banned in Arkansas, so access here is already limited. Singleton says the ruling doesn't change state law, but it does raise concerns about pills coming through the mail.
These pills are flooding over state lines through the mail, and it's hard to track that. And it's hard to keep up with it. And
Planned Parenthood Great Plains CEO Emily Wells says the ruling mostly affects patients who must travel out of state.
But we do frequently see patients who travel across state lines to Planned Parenthood within the network of care looking for abortion services.
She says the decision should remain with the women affected.
Patients choose medication abortion over an in-clinic procedure because they may have fear of going through a procedure. They may want to control the timing and the privacy of where they complete the abortion process, and all of those reasons are valid. And at the end of the day, this should be your private decision, not a politician's.